Hello, welcome to my channel and welcome to this week's video. If you're new here, I'm Jenny from In My Spare Time Crochet. I live in Australia and I love all things yarn and crochet. As you can see, I've had a little bit of a shopping spree yesterday. I got these gorgeous colours from Spotlight. I'll go through those in a little minute, but thank you for being here, and I got a bit to show you and talk about this week, so let's go. So yesterday while I was visiting my sister, I went to her local Spotlight and had a bit of a look because I've had a project that I've wanted to do for such a long time. I'll pop in a picture here. It is Anchor the Octopus, which is an amazing pattern by Humble Child Co. If you're on Instagram and if you follow any people that do amigurumi or even crochet, you've possibly seen these octopuses. I was fortunate enough to test one of Chantal's other patterns, Jazzy the Jellyfish. So, but I have been eyeing off this pattern for so long, but I wanted to get the right yarn, I think. So, and I had seen a couple done in this colorway. One of my friends, Iris at Lola Loves to Crochet on Instagram, she did one in, I think it's pretty much this exact color, and it turned out so good. The only thing I need to try and find is a cream, because I would like the tentacles to be cream underneath, so I just need to find that. But this is really soft. It's I guess it's very similar to a Bernat blanket, however but it's probably softer, I think. So, and this is a really beautiful peachy ombre. So this is it's just a Spotlight brand, Blanky Ombre it is called. This is the colorway Blush, and I got 2 of those because I'm not sure how much I'm going to need for Anchor, but I'm really happy with it. They were $18, 18 Australian dollars each. It's a shame they weren't on special, because occasionally you might be able to get them for 12, but they were 18. But considering I haven't seen these colorways at my local Spotlight, I wanted to grab them while I could. And I'd also received a text yesterday saying that if I spent $90, I think, I would get $30 off, so why not? It was a good excuse to buy it. So I got 2 in the Blush. Side note, how cute is the bag? Big granny square tote bag. I had to buy it, but it was only a few dollars, so how cute's that? And it was good for the amount of yarn that I purchased. Now, I did have to show a little bit of restraint actually, because they had other colors. They had a purple ombre as well as a bit of a hot pink ombre, which was quite nice as well. However, I didn't want to buy them all, and I thought that these colors I decided on were probably better for projects that I have in mind. So whether it's another Anchor or not, I did think this would be good for turtles, but we'll see. So this colorway is green. Shock horror, huh? Okay, so I got 2 of the green. I do think they'd make a really cute Anchor as well, but I don't know. Let's see. They're really soft. It recommends an 8mm hook, which is probably what I would go for. I think, I'm not too sure. We'll wait and see. So I got 2 of those, and I also got 2 of the lovely, this is a really neutral, this is called Silver, which is interesting. I mean, it does have a little bit of a light grey, but it also is a more neutrally soft brown, I would say, like beige. This one is definitely more. But anyway, I got 2 of those as well. So I was really stoked with those. As I said, I could have got the pink and purple as well, but I might wait until they are on special. But what I did find now at Spotlight, if you're in Australia, they have an area where they have mill ends, so it's not labeled, like it's not branded, it's just bits and pieces. It could be any kind of brand of yarn. This one is packaged, it's a 400 gram lot, whereas the other balls are 300. Now this someone had already put a little bit of a hole in it, so I was able to feel it. It's a very similar softness, I guess, to what I had purchased, and it's a really beautiful, I'd say it's like a corally melon color, but that will come in handy as well. I'm not exactly sure what project I'll use it for, but it was, I think I got that for $9, so that was a good buy. And that is all I bought at Spotlight, but I'm most pleased about the blush color that I can use for my anchor. I haven't bought the pattern yet, but that's definitely on my to-do list, which is very, very long. If you crochet yourself, I'm sure you can relate with to-do lists. Okay, let's get on to the next thing. Now, if this is not your first time being here, you will be aware that I've been working on a ripple blanket, and while I was sick last week, I did have some days off work, which gave me a bit of crochet time. So I was able to finish it off, which is pretty amazing. So once I got to a length that I was happy with, I just worked it out. I didn't really follow a pattern. I just used, my common sense to build that last row to straighten it out so it wasn't rippling anymore. And then so that's, just a series of trebles, double crochets, half doubles and singles. And then once I had straightened it out, I have just done 3 rounds of half double crochet. That half double crochet tends to be my go-to for borders. It's quite simplistic, but it looks really good, I think. So I need to wash this and block it, whatever I'm going to do with it, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do with it. But it is a really good size. As you can see, a really good size to cuddle under on the lounge if you're watching telly. It's cold here. I know it's not in a lot of the other places where some of you are watching from, but it's cold here, so it's really definitely blanket weather for us. But I'm really, really happy with the outcome of this blanket. I have mentioned before the basic ripple pattern is just the neat ripple pattern from Lucy at Addict24, and the pattern is on her blog, but I can link it down below for you. So I was really happy to get this finished, and I love it, and it's got a good amount of weight to it as well. So that is a finished project, which makes me very, very happy. Now, a couple of other finished objects that I have for this last week are some fidget toys. Now, I've been making these for a little while, and I really like to make them in blanket yarn because, if you have a look at this is the darker color has some glitter flecks through it, so it looks really cute. I originally found a tutorial on YouTube by a lady by the name of Miranda. I will link the actual YouTube clip down below. And she makes the tutorial is in acrylic yarn. Now, I have made some in acrylic yarn, but I just prefer these because I think it's texturally, does that sound right, nicer, and I have some really nice colors, so I just prefer to make them in this size. Now, if you didn't already know, I work in a high school and I support a lot of different students, and these are really good. These are just really good for anyone with maybe, you know, a bit of anxiety, or just needs, you know, a bit of redirection or focus or something. They're good for, you know, dementia, Alzheimer's, ADHD, all that sort of stuff. So they're great. Like, they're great for a lot of different reasons. They're a lot easier to make than they seem. They are based on a Mobius strip, and yeah, once you get your head around how to do it, not difficult at all. But basically you just find the middle, and then it's just going to keep coming. But yeah, they're great. So I have made them for work before, but my plan was to always make a few up and pop them in my Etsy store. So I have made, just the last couple of days, I've made 3. So have some pretty blues here. And you can, you know, in Miranda's tutorial, she actually does some and puts bobbles on the outside edging and everything. Because of the thickness of this yarn, I don't need to do that, but if you are making them in acrylic, then that would also be a good option. I've got one more here, which I made last night. Really pretty colors. Yeah, so I am hoping, you know, I guess being that it's not my pattern, I've made it pretty much the same as she has, except that I'm doing it in a lot thicker yarn. So yeah, given that it's not my pattern, I have attempted to try and reach out to her to ask her if she would mind if I did a tutorial, because I've had people, when I've made these in the past, people have asked me for a video tutorial, but I feel like I need her permission to do it. So I've tried to reach out to her to see if she would mind if I did so, and I'm waiting to hear back from her. But either way, I will link her pattern below for the ones that she makes in acrylic if you'd like to have a go. But they're really quick, and yeah, and any child in particular that I have given one of these to either have or just to play with, they really like them. So yeah, they're great. So I've done 3 of those. I've got quite a bit of blanket yarn here actually, so I can make more, but I did cake some of it up yesterday, and I just want to show you, because small things, but how good does a yarn cake look, and particularly when it's in blanket yarn. Yeah, look at that, I love it. So yeah, I have lots of colors here, so I might do a few different color combinations, and as I said, they're really quick to make up, so I think I will do some more of those as well. Now, as many of you may also find, you might struggle with a bit of overwhelm and have a huge to-do list of things that you'd like to create. I often, struggle with that, and I just want to make everything. I want to make it now. But anyway, sometimes I need, I guess, a little bit of direction or something to help me focus. And recently, oh, you can't quite see it. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Recently, I participated in Craftably Ever After's Cat in a Hat Mushroom Hat Challenge, and I really enjoyed that. It gave me something to focus on. I, had to use my creativity, and I came up with this free-handed pattern, and I really enjoyed it. And I also liked the fact that other makers were doing it as well. So Cassandra has come up with another challenge, which I'm super excited about, because it's something different, and there's lots and lots of different people from all over the world that are taking part in it. Anyone can take part in it. It's called the Amigurumi World Tour 2024. Now, her idea was and it just so happened that I had the book that she chose. I had it in my collection, which was awesome. She chose Whimsical Stitches by Lauren Espy. It has a number of different patterns, little animals, little pieces of food, that you can make. And her idea was that it'd be great for her to start the challenge. So she chose something from the book to make. Anyone who wants to join in can also, if you would like to purchase the book, can, or if you have it in your stash like I did, can make it as well, and then send her an email, and that's going to then become part of the whole collaboration, I guess, at the end. But the other part of the challenge is that and the spots are all now filled, but there are a number of people from all over the world, myself included, who reached out and said we'd like to join in as part of the mailing process. So what that means is, and Cassandra chose the whale. So this is part 1. This is the very first part of the challenge, is the whale. And she did a gorgeous little version of the whale. And then she has packed up the book. Well, actually, because it's going like really to various parts of the world, she sent out 2 copies, so that the challenge is not going on for too long. But then anyone who has said they'll be part of it will get the book at some point. They will choose something to make from what is available, and then post it on to the next person. But it's really cool. It's something different. I just also wanted to share. So Cassandra is in Denmark, I believe, I'm pretty sure. But other countries that this book or books are going to are Luxembourg, Germany, Portugal, Norway, the UK, Canada, New Zealand, and then finishing up, I'm assuming this is an order, and then Australia. And so I'm one of the four Australians that are taking part in this challenge as well. And I just think it's really cool thing to be a part of. But given that the whale was the first project, I plan to, as long as I've got time, I plan to try and keep up with the makes as well. So I already had the book, therefore I had the pattern, so I have made the whale as well. Now this is something I would not normally use for amigurumi, and I'm not even sure why I had it in my stash, except it's really pretty, but I don't know what I would have used it for otherwise. Now, I don't know if it's going to come up too well on the camera, but it's a bluey, silvery, it's called Metallico, and it's 70% polyamide, 21% acrylic, and 9% merino wool. It's from Hobbii. As I said, I would not normally use this kind of yarn, especially for amigurumi, but I just thought that it would make a really good little whale, and it has. It's very shimmery, and here he is. So I really don't know that the camera will pick up, it looks better in real life, I think is what I'm trying to say. But I was really happy with him. I did little little embroidered eyes. He's got a mouth there, which is a little hard to see because the yarn's dark, and little cheeks, of course. So there he is. So that's a little whale, project number 1 for the Amigurumi World Tour. Amigurumi World Tour 2024. So that's a really great little challenge, and I'm very, very happy to be a part of it. So great work, Cassandra, for a nice, unique little challenge. So it's going to be enjoyable. I also wanted to just mention again about my Year of Granny Squares Cal that is going to be upcoming. I did do a short video that I posted late last week or mid last week with a little bit more information. Now, I'm pretty sure I did say in the video that you only have a few weeks left because we are starting the first week of August. So I think it totally slipped my mind that we still have all of July to go yet. So there are still a number of weeks to be able to purchase this book if you'd like to be a part of it. I would suggest maybe checking out that video if you think you might like to be a part, and that has a little bit more information about how it's going to run. So and I have had a number of people let me know that they have received their book or they're about to receive it, and that they're really looking forward to taking part in the challenge. So that is going to be really fun. Now, last night I stayed the night at one of my sister's houses, and for a little while now she has been saying to me that she wants me to teach her how to crochet. Now, she is in flight mode all the time. Like, she doesn't have an off switch. So, you know, I think like it is a great idea that she do that, but I just wasn't sure how serious she was about this. Now, I did take some yarn and a hook there and thought, we'll see how we go. Let's see if she does want to do it. But to my surprise, she was really keen, and you know, I think it went quite well. I don't know if we have a full convert yet. However, I don't know. She kind of, she was pretty into it, and it did actually make her stop, which is really good. So we did take a little bit of footage, so that might become a whole nother video in itself. But let's see. She did ordered a little bit of yarn online last night and a new hook for herself, because whilst she bought we got one when we were at Spotlight, but it was okay. She did much prefer my Clover, but you know, I love her, but there was no way I was giving her my Clover. So she has ordered her own, and yeah, we're going to see how we go with that. But I feel like we might be able to make a whole video just on that topic. So, but anyway, yeah, it was good, and she did surprisingly well. So there you go. But I think I will wrap up this week's video there. I'm hoping that I'll have a lot more to show you next week as well. My biggest thing is just trying to decide, you know, there's so many things that I do want to make, but yeah, I just need to focus. So yeah, but that's it for now. Thank you for being here again. If you got this far, I'd really love it if you could like, comment, subscribe. I'm about to hit, I don't think I'm there yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm about to hit 200 subscribers, which is amazing. So thank you. I look forward to hopefully seeing you in next week's video. Now, a couple of other, try again. Yeah. How many times do I want to say that? Bye for now. Oh God, that was bye for now. Oh my goodness, okay. Oh gosh. I do hope that you often stay around for the bloopers, because there's probably not ever going to be a video without bloopers, but yeah.